I'm Kade Lucas,
And I'm Lucas Sheridan.
and we were student leaders on your 2023 missions trip.
To Knoxville, Tennessee. So we as a group drove down, I think, Sunday afternoon, and we get to this church that we're staying at. Really great place. We all had our rooms, and everything worked out great there, and they let us basically do whatever we want. It was amazing. And then, so day to day, in the morning, somebody would make breakfast. Somebody would clean it up. That was sort of the meal plan. Somebody would make it, somebody would clean it up. And then after breakfast, we would have a little Devo time, like 45 minutes. It was amazing. Like, really couldn't get through the week without it.
No.
Then we would go and we would do Operation Backyard, which is, working with our hands, helping people out in the community, building paths, building decks. And then we would eat lunch, and then we'd go to Emerald Youth, and we would, shower, and then we'd kind of hang out for a little bit. People would go on the buses to get the kids. The kids would come, and we'd just play with them, We'd have fun. We did a Bible story with them every day, and me and Kade both got to do that. It was amazing.
It was.
And then after Emerald Youth, we would, go back to the church, eat dinner, and we'd have our, group time, Bible discussion, all that, and then we'd go to bed. We were tired.
Yeah, we were. I got asked if I would be willing to be a student leader in this group, and I accepted, and it's just progressed from there, and it was awesome. Within our church, we have a very awesome group of kids, and I think that we all wanted to play a part within this missions trip upcoming, considering the fact that I had been on the past two previous missions trips, and I was really looking forward to being a part of the upcoming one.
We hadn't done this kind of trip on our own. We had a foundation that we did it with the last 2 years, and so doing this with just Restoration, we didn't really know how it would go, and we hadn't partnered with these organizations, Operation Backyard and Emerald Youth. We hadn't done anything with them, so it wasn't really I don't know, we kind of went into it with a lot of question marks, but fortunately the Lord showed up and it really worked out great. So yeah.
I think for me personally, the responsibility aspect, I've always had that responsibility, but I think owning up to it and becoming a student leader is what really brought and pack a punch. It was very different seeing it from that perspective, and I think that was making sure that I'm not bossing everybody around, but also having leadership to make sure that everything goes the way it should. So I think that was a difficult challenge.
I really saw Jesus just all throughout the week. It was a really cool experience to be able to lead this mission trip, play a part in kind of the behind the scenes part of it. And it was really cool to see, the people who hadn't been, Tessa got to go, my little sister, she got to go, and it was really cool to kind of see her sort of figure out, what she wanted to do with this mission trip. What is she gonna let it kind of slip by, or was she gonna really take advantage of it? And she did a great job taking advantage of it. Obviously, she's great. And yeah, so it was really cool just to see the people that went sort of come into their own and figure out, what they wanted to do with this trip. I think the first day at Emerald Youth, we had people that would go on the buses, and leading up to this trip, I was why are we going on the buses? It doesn't make any sense to me. And then they were I think Andrew Kumbacker and Emma Price were the people that were in charge of that, and they were all right, I need one more, and I was all right, I'll do it, whatever, And so I get on this bus, and it's steaming hot. We're what is this about to look like? We have no idea, because no one's done this yet as far as our group goes. And so the kids get on, and this kid his name, I don't even know what his name was, but we called him Blue because he told me to. And these two girls get on behind me, and one of them looks at me and she goes, "Who is you?" And I looked right back and I go, "Who is you?" And we just shot back and forth. And from that moment on, we talked about Pokemon. And on that bus ride, it was just very evident that it was all right, God's gonna use this. I don't know how, but He's gonna use this because this is so great right now. This is not how I would expect it to go. So yeah.
Don't be afraid to step up and lead. I think that's a scary thing for a lot of people, but stepping up in front of your peers and showing leadership is a very strong characteristic, and a lot of people are afraid of that, but I think it's something that everybody should have a chance to do.
My biggest advice to somebody who would say that they're questioning going on mission or not would be to do it, because you're not going to regret it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If God's calling you there, He's going to use that path to His kingdom's advantage, and you're not going to regret that.
I'm Kade Licken,
And I'm Lucas Sheraton.
and
We
we're
leaders
on
the
student
mission
trip
to
Knoxville
Tennessee.
in 2023.
Yeah.